What's going on, young brain? How we doing? Not too bad. Pretty busy week. Pretty chill weekend so far. So yeah, no complaints. Good old Trainer Glenn, how we doing? Nugget, how we doing? Yeah, that would be pretty cool. It's funny, I haven't really opened up Destin Rivals. I've opened up plenty of the Japanese set, but yeah, it was just one of those where I was like, I'm just going to skip it. And yeah, I'll get into why I have it, but all right. Actually, let's just get right into it. So let me change the music real quick. This playlist is super long. All right. What's going on, everybody? WakoBako here. As you can see by the thumbnail, we have all kinds of stuff to go through today. It should be pretty fun. Got a whole bunch of mail to go through. Probably open up everything today, and kind of just depends on what you guys want to see. But let's start with showing off the mail that I got in this week, and then I'll talk about the stuff I got from my buddy over at SRQ Cards. If you're in anywhere near like Sarasota, Bradenton, that kind of area, definitely go check out SRQ Cards. He just got a new shop, moved right down the street from where he was prior, but super awesome dude, nice little shop, has all kinds of great stuff in there. But I'll talk about that more in just a second. So we got mail from a bunch of different people today. Got some mail over from Instagram. Good old Mewtwo dude sent over some stuff, so I'm excited to see what's in here. Have a pretty good idea of what's in here. This came over from Sin over on Instagram. She's awesome. Another person definitely worth checking out. We got a couple big packages here. This one came from New Jersey, even though I think the original tag said it was from China then New Jersey, but yeah, we'll get to that in a minute. And then this came over, I want to say this is north of me in Wellington, Florida, so not too far away. But let's get into these bigger ones first, because this is probably stuff I'm going to open up during today's stream, and then we'll get into some of this other stuff. Start with this big one here, just because it's a giant plastic bag and it's gonna be super noisy. All right, bag inside of a bag, always fun. Just hope it's what I actually ordered, just from size. This, I don't know. Let's just see how this looks. All right. I mean, I guess this is a secure way to send stuff. I mean, I can't complain about this so far. it's just like the package inside of a package inside of a package thing, you know. All right, so in both of these small boxes should be, okay, yes, good. All right, so not only one, but we got two more simplified Chinese booster boxes. This is from Gem Pack Volume 2. You guys saw I recently opened up some of this and I'm still missing some cards, so I thought I would get in some more. Let me put these off to the side. And it's perfect because it ties directly into what's in this box. A little bit of a spoiler, kind of not. All right. Again, nice and secure, like to see it. And we got two more of the Gem Pack Volume 4 boxes. Cool little sticker from Master Ball Trader Store. Thank you, much appreciated. Nothing else in here. Okay, good. All right. So, yeah, I wanted to get more of these in, especially because there's not too many packs in these boxes, but I'm missing a good bit, and I had a lot of fun opening this one. Obviously, the evolutions are always a fun one to go through, so we're definitely going to open these up today, but first let's go through the rest of the mail, see what we got, and then we'll get into these, unless you guys want to see the stuff I got from over from SRQ. But let's move these off to the side. All right, two more bits of mail. What's going on, AC? How we doing, man? Hopefully all is well. Now, and you guys have seen Mewtwo Dude in the stream before. You guys check him out on Instagram. He's got all kinds of awesome stuff. So I can't give too many details just yet because we're still trying to work it out. But we're working on something big, myself and Mewtwo Dude. So when I can disclose more information, if it actually becomes a thing, then I think it's going to be very, very exciting to talk about. And it's both for big of us. More so for him, because it's something it would be huge if it actually happens. I'll just put it that way. I don't want to spoil too much, but again, as I have updates, I'll let you guys know. But it was something that Mewtwo Dude and I have been talking about for a while, and I'm doing my best to make it happen, and hopefully it does happen. But yeah, I don't want to spoil too much of it. Ooh, okay. All right, nice. So, I knew he was sending over some Final Fantasy. Let me move this off to the side for just a second. I know he's sending over some Final Fantasy TCG packs, but I didn't know he threw in some other stuff. So let's take a look and see what we got in general. I like how this is packed, by the way. I like these little shipping protectors. I use them all the time. Well, at least I did when I was shipping my own stuff. Kind of miss running the eBay store, to be honest with you, but I absolutely love the job I have now, so I can't complain. All right, so first, we have this absolutely beautiful full art Bahamut. This is from Final Fantasy IX. This is from the 23rd set in the Final Fantasy TCG, which, again, a lot of people don't even know this TCG exists. But the crazy thing is, 2 sets this year are going to be set 28 and set 29. So they're almost at 30 sets in the Final Fantasy TCG, and there's a lot of people that don't even know it exists. But an absolutely beautiful card, a great full art to add to the collection. Ooh, what is this? Okay. Wow. Okay, this is actually really sick. And there's no way I'm opening this. So this is a sealed promo from the Japanese Final Fantasy Art Museum of Unalesca from Final Fantasy X. Absolutely insane. I didn't even know this was a thing. But what an absolutely beautiful card. And again, sealed promo. See, it's got Final Fantasy X stamp there. It's got the Final Fantasy Art Museum stamp in the bottom left. But that is so sick. What's going on, Legend? How we doing? Yeah, that's absolutely insane, right? Like, okay, sealed promo. I'll take that all day long. My dude's coming through strong. So this is from... Okay, so this is from the Japanese Final Fantasy TCG. On the Japanese side, the first couple sets were called chapters. but this is actually really sick because they were so hard to find. And even like commons and uncommons, or I'm sorry, commons and rares rather, are pretty hard to find. But that's really sick. I like that. But yeah, here's some of the packs. So this is from the Legacy Collection. And I've mentioned this before, but if you weren't aware, you can actually find these packs at Best Buy now, which is absolutely insane. I've been picking them up where I can. Prime example of that is I have a bunch off to the side. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to save these for Friday. Obviously save it for Final Fantasy Friday, but I'm going to try and get a whole bunch more throughout the week, just so we have some more to open up. I do have some more Final Fantasy related mail coming in. But thanks, man. I appreciate that. That's awesome. So a couple more packs to open up there, and then some absolutely beautiful cards to add to the collection. The sealed promo, though, is insane. Like, not to take away from the other two cards, but yeah, this is absolutely beautiful for sure. And again, illustrated by the godfather of Kingdom Hearts, good old Tetsuya Nomura. He's done a lot of the character art and character models for the more modernized Final Fantasies, starting all the way back in 7. And he's pretty much had a hand in almost every Final Fantasy going forward from that point. But absolutely amazing. Thank you so much. Let me just put these over here. All right. Good old Sin. So again, another absolutely amazing person I've met through Instagram. She's got all kinds of content on the channel, so go check her out. She does some live streams here and there. She does stuff on Whatnot as well, so make sure you guys check her out and show some support. But I ended up picking up a couple cards from her. She had posted some stuff for sale on Instagram. So, and again, I like when people come through with the little signed energy card, so thank you. But she had some stuff that I thought was worth picking up, and again, I like to show support where I can. So, very cool Togepi sticker. Always like to see that. And then we have this really cool Lycanroc GX. This is one of the promos from the Sun and Moon era. I kind of missed some of the GXs, but one thing that was tough with the GXs, especially if you were trying to like grade them, centering was always tough with these, but it was neat because you had this black border, so you could kind of look at it and figure out, is it, you know, pretty clean centering, is it not? But then you could also tell if a card was like really, really miscut or not. And then here, had to get some good old Hidden Fates promos. Or yeah, they're both promos here. So we have the Charizard promo from Hidden Fates tin, and then they came out with the box later. And then good old Raichu. I've got a couple of these Raichus graded, but it's always nice to get more Raichu cards, right? So thank you very much, Sin. Greatly appreciate you. Hopefully all is doing well. Definitely going to check out the Whatnot stream whenever you get that set up. But yeah, more awesome pickups. Love getting mail. All right, so let me talk about the stuff I got from SRQ and how that went down, because I told a couple people before, I was doing it all yesterday, but it was absolutely insane. So not only did I get some stuff from Destin Rivals, right, and again, I haven't really opened up much of this English set. I've opened up a whole bunch of the Glory to Team Rocket set. And yeah, you can see pricing on that stuff, and I'll get to that in a second. So some of the other stuff I got, so obviously these are the booster bundles. I got 2 other booster bundles, and I got bored yesterday and I opened them, so sorry. But I got 2 Journey Together booster bundles as well. So I got all of this, and then I also picked these up. Now, before I even show what these are, and yes, that's a PSA slab, the crazy thing is, all of this, and you can do rough math, right? Especially if you've been shopping around, you have a good idea of how much this stuff costs. This didn't cost me anything at all, except for like a quick drive up to Sarasota, but I got all of this stuff. So how that went down was, so he had posted on Instagram earlier in the week saying he was looking for Pokemon bulk. And conveniently enough, I've been sitting on a lot of Pokemon bulk for a long time. And I had it all bundled up, right? And I've talked about it before, but so I had it all prepped and ready. I reached out to him and said, hey man, I've got all this bulk and I've got some slabs, you know, I try to trade and we'll figure something out. But went up to his shop. I traded in 16,000, yes, 16,000 bulk cards, commons, uncommons, rares, reverse holos, holo rares. But yeah, traded in 16,000 bulk cards and 2 graded cards. And in exchange was pretty much an even exchange. I got all of this stuff, which is insane, especially if you look at pricing on a lot of these sleeve blisters, which are more expensive than the regular booster packs. These here are unfortunately kind of expensive compared to what they used to be. But let me just encapsulate everything else here, showing off what I got with these here. So first card that I got, it's another one for the collection. Obviously I already have it prepped to get graded. We got this absolutely beautiful Raichu EX. This card is from 2005. Such an awesome card. I've had this before, but the one I had was really, really damaged. This one's not in the best of shape, but I think it's better condition than the one I had prior. So that was a pickup for sure. Put that right there. All right, 2 graded cards. Let's show off the PSA graded card. This one I had to pick up, and again, I don't collect too many PSA cards, but it's vintage Japanese. This card's in really good shape, and he had it for a really great price. And again, I was using all like store credit at this point. So absolutely beautiful Blaine's Arcanine, good old gym series. Again, beautiful looking card. Holo looks great. It is a PSA 7, so not the highest grade, but even for 7s, or I'm sorry, even for vintage Japanese, 7s are really good, especially if you look at like just centering, just overall condition on this card. I'll gladly take a 7. So worked out a deal on that. And then last but definitely not least, I had this card before when I was on eBay and selling. I got it graded and sold it right away. So I saw it and I was like, you know, I got to get it back again for the personal collection. But we have the absolutely beautiful Meowth here. This came over from Phantasmal Flames. And the cool thing about this artwork, outside of it just being absolutely beautiful, if you look in the back there, right, you have the Pokemart and the Pokemon Center. And the artwork is styled from the original Pokemon game. So that's why this artwork is even more insane. But yes, I've got all of this just for trading in bulk and 2 other graded cards. So you can do rough math and figure out how much store credit I got for my buddy up at SRQ. But yeah, I think it was a pretty awesome trade. Again, I haven't really opened up too much English Pokemon in a while, so I was like, hey, you know what? I think it'd be cool to get some. Again, I got bored yesterday and already opened these up. Unfortunately, I didn't get any hits at all, so it is what it is. Squirrel Gang, how we doing? But like I said, I just want to open these up ahead of time and just have a little bit of fun yesterday. It was a great trip, though, and again, it's not too far from where I'm at to his shop, so I'm definitely going to be heading back up there again at some point. Now, the question I have for you guys, and I'll let you decide. So it's not a whole lot of Destined Rivals, but it's a decent amount. So what my proposition is, either I can open this up today, just see how we do, or, and here's the big or, we can save it till next Sunday. And the reason being is I have a lot of the Japanese equivalent to this set, the Glory to Team Rocket. So either I can match it so we have a little bit more of an opening, and we'll save it to next week, especially because we still have all of this stuff to open up today. We're going to open all 4 of these booster boxes today. Or we can just open this up right now. It's really up to you guys. So, and again, I have a lot of the Glory to Team Rocket. So what is it? So 7. So this would be, what, 19? Yeah, well, no. Yeah, 19 packs in total for Destined Rivals. I'd probably pick up a couple more packs between now and next Sunday. But then I can mirror it, or match it rather, with Glory to Team Rocket packs. And then we can kind of do a comparison to see which one has better pulls, either the English or the Japanese set. But you guys let me know. Like I said, I'm fine with opening up today. If we want to get into it, I can put it off till next week so we have something for next week. But again, I haven't really opened up a lot of English in a while, so I thought it was well worth the pickup. But yeah, let me know if you guys want me to open this stuff up today or not. While you're figuring that out, I'm just going to get into the simplified Chinese booster boxes, because we're definitely opening these up today. And again, we have Gem Pack 2 and Gem Pack 4. We're going to start with Gem Pack 2, and then we're going to open up Gem Pack 4. But again, I think my Team Rocket proposition is pretty fair. And again, it'd be cool to open them up and kind of do a comparison between the two. But if you guys want to see them just opened up now, I don't care either way. If you guys have been around long enough, especially some of the regulars that are in chat, I like to let you guys decide on a lot of things. So it's up to you. Chat amongst yourselves, figure out the fate of the stream. While you're doing that, we're going to look at these absolutely awesome, shiny, simplified Chinese booster boxes. I love the transition to these little pull tabs on the front, especially for like security purposes. I think that's a way better route to take. And yes, I'm going to open up both of these and just mix them up at the same time. Especially because, again, there's not too many packs in these. I think it's only, let me see. Yeah, there's only 15 packs, so we're going to have 30 packs in these in total. And then the other set has 18 packs, which, again, I don't know why they're random in how many packs, but yeah. All right, move these up and off to the side. And yes, I'm going to shuffle these around, so let's just do this. Let's go a little bit of chaos mode. And then I'm just going to make 3 separate stacks. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. All right. 30 packs of Gem Pack Volume 2. Some of the things we're looking for are just like the Vs and V Maxes, especially because those are the ones I'm missing. And then any of the triple rares, which would be absolutely amazing to pull. But yeah, that's really what I'm missing. I have a lot of the other cards. I would bring down the XL binder, but it's just too big to fit on screen as is. And I need to take it down anyway because there's some other people on Instagram that have some of the cards that I'm missing. So I really just need to go through and look at the binder. But yeah, we'll do a binder update here soon. All right. And again, this set has all the evolutions plus there's so many different reverse holo variants to these. So I'm really just going to sort them by the evolution. It's going to be easier for me to go through them later. But we have Espeon to start us off. We have Vaporeon. So also this Pokeball reverse. You have the energy reverses. You have Star reverse with Eevee. And then we have Master Ball reverse with Jolteon. Very, very nice. Make sure you guys can see all of this. And again, I'm just going to stack them up by evolution. All right. Pokeball reverse to start us off. I think the first two are always the same. So you have Pokeball and then energy reverse. And then you can get either Star or Swirl here. And then after that, ooh, okay. All right, so triple rare already. That's a very good thing to see. And the reason being, and what I like about this, you see all the rarities on the back. Triple rares, right? So you have 13, 4. So you have, what, 20 triple rares you can get in total. It's a 2.17 chance to pull them. So pretty low pull rate, and we have one already. But we're going to take a look at it, especially because we have so much stuff to go through. We're going to go through and see which one it is here in 3, 2, 1. Oh, nice. Okay, very, very nice. So, yes, these are triple rares in this set. I know on the English and Japanese versions of this, these were extremely common, even as ultra rares. But this is good. I don't think I have this one, so that's definitely one to get. I'm going to set all those off to the side separately from all the other Pokemon. But good. Got a triple rare already. Nice to see it. Hopefully we don't pull all the absolutely amazing cards in this first stack. But again, we got 30 packs to go through, so let's try our luck. So for all the other cards, you have 2 different styles of artwork. So each Pokemon has 2 artworks, right? So obviously you have a different Espeon here. You have Flareon. You have the other Espeon, and Ooh, nice. Good old Eevee. There's a second artwork for Eevee with Master Ball there. Let's see. Okay, yeah. I may need to move some of this stuff over just a little bit, but just trying to give us as much room as possible. Especially with how many different evolutions there are, and then I want to make a spot for the different rarities as well, so... Alright, so there is Glaceon. There's Sylveon. Good old Star Hollow for Umbreon. Or, sorry, Espeon. And Vaporeon. All the different Ons. All the different Eevees. You know, I'll get into this a little bit real quick for the sake of conversation. So, during the Pokemon Direct, which I talked about and gave my overall opinion on already, they showed off Gen 10, which it could be exciting. But I'm curious if we're finally going to see a new evolution come through for Gen 10. Hopefully they add 2, especially with how many different types there are out there. But I think it's long overdue to see some more evolutions get added. You got to think the last one that was added was Sylveon. Before that, you had Glaceon and Leafeon. Before that, it was Umbreon and Espeon. So it's been a long time since we've seen more added, but there's so many different types out there. Here we go. Here's Umbreon. But yeah, there's plenty of other types they can still add to. I just don't know why they haven't yet. But hopefully in Gen 10, you know, sometime next year, we'll see some new evolutions come through. All right. The other thing I have to keep in mind, there's only 4 cards in these packs, so it goes by pretty quick. But also, that's why I wanted to get a bunch of these boxes. All right, Glaceon, Flareon, Leafeon, and... Ooh, nice, okay. So we got double rares here. So these stamped ones are a little bit harder to pull. Nice double rare. Always nice to see those. I think when we were opening up the Volume 4, we didn't see too many stamped ones, so seems like they've kept the consistency and keeping them pretty rare. All right. Another Umbreon. I like this artwork a little bit better than this Umbreon artwork. Obviously, everyone has their own personal preferences, but... Ooh, okay, nice. So this is what I would say is one of the ultra rares, if you will, even though it is just a 1-star. But let's take a look and see which one it is. Ooh, nice. All right, very, very nice. And again, with a lot of these Vs and VMAXs, I know everyone's traditionally looking at them like, oh, they're not super rare. In these Chinese sets, they are. So this is what you want to see, and I'll gladly take that. I'm just going to stack them up over here. But yeah, definitely good to see those. And again, I don't remember exactly which ones I'm missing, but I ended up going through the binder somewhat recently, and I went through and put energy cards in the spots for the Pokemon that I was missing and kind of pre-labeled it. So yeah, so I do have everything organized in that regard. So after the stream and after I eat a little bit of a late lunch, I'll go through that and see. Hopefully I can add some. But yeah, always like going through the jumbo binder. Oh, the other thing that's worth mentioning, if you haven't picked up on already, so this Sylveon has a fairy type, right? Remember when they used to have fairy type cards? So they alternate between fairy and psychic, which I thought was pretty neat for this set. Because in English and Japanese, you know, the fairy types are gone. It's a thing of the past. But it's cool to see as the simplified Chinese sets catch up. Ooh, nice, another one. That they still have some of the fairy types around. All right, so behind this, the reverse hollow pattern, this is actually named Geometric Shapes. I always just called it Swirl, because as you move it, it looks like it's swirling, but that's just me. Anyway, we have another ultra rare. Let's see which one it is. Nice, good old Glaceon, okay. Again, we want to see like the Vs, VMAXs, and then any of the alt arts. All right. Good old Master Ball reverse. right. Pokeball reverse. Energy reverse. Star pattern, one of my favorites. And, ooh, nice double star here. Let's see which one it is. Okay, nice. Very, very nice. So these are rare to get as well. There's only a few of the item cards in this set. But yeah, I would treat it as, you know, as close to rarity as the triple rares. So not only is it a stamped version, I think there's two versions of this card, stamped and non-stamped. But to also find an item card, that's pretty tough to do. I'm going to move these again because that's how my brain works. So bear with me as I make even more adjustments. I know that drives some of you nuts, but again, that's how my brain works. So I can't help it. All right, there we go. Just squeeze in right in the bottom there. How we looking? That's not going to work. Got some cards off the screen. All right, how's that? Is that any better? I'll do my best not to keep stopping to make adjustments, but also we're fighting against stuff I don't have control over. So, all right, here we go. Let's see what we got. We got Leafeon, Vaporeon, Eevee, and Glaceon. For those of you that are in chat, have any of you opened up any of the simplified Chinese sets or any of these gem pack volumes? I don't know if they're going to do more of these, especially because they're at volume 4 now. That's the latest and greatest. It would be cool to see what they do, but I don't know how else or what else they're going to introduce to make it. I mean, it's a popular, how do I want to explain it? It's like a popular series or a subset, if you will, especially with all the EVs and then the sets that don't have EVs. It's just all the different reverse holo patterns. So, yeah, maybe we'll get a volume 5. I'm not really sure. Nice, good old Umbreon Master Ball there. You know, it's funny. In any other set, this would be like a huge hit. I'm not saying it's not. I mean, Umbreon's awesome. It's a Master Ball, so that's even better. But because, you know, that reverse pattern's fairly common, it's not as like dramatic as, you know, if I was to pull something like that on English or Japanese. All right, let's see what we got here. Again, we're looking for any of the V's, V Maxes, or any of the, ooh, all right, there we go, right on cue, or any of the Altards. Again, we have the geometric shape Umbreon reverse, and behind it, ooh, all right, so a duplicate, but it's all right. Gladly take it. It's still a V. And again, I don't remember if I had pulled this one prior or not, but I'll take it. At least it's not a duplicate for the triple rares. That's the one you really don't want duplicates in. All right. Let's see what we got here. So we have Eevee, Sylveon in that fairy type, Sylveon again in the fairy type. Ooh, got a double rare here. Nice. Okay, very nice. I'll gladly take that. We have the stamped Umbreon there. Very, very nice to see that. All right. And again, we have Gem Pack Volume 4 to open up as well. And then still waiting to see if you guys want me to open up any of the Destined Rivals now or wait till next week. The choice is yours. Nice, another Umbreon. Same artwork, another Master Ball. All right. I'm going to stack these up here. There we go. Right. Ooh. Got something sticking out of the back on this one. Hopefully it's something that we need. So we have Umbreon, Espeon, Sylveon. Ooh, nice. All right, another triple rare. Very, very nice. Second triple rare of the opening. Let's take a look and see which one it is in 3, 2, 1. Ooh, nice. Okay, very, very nice. We have the Espeon VMAX. I don't think I have this one, so I really hope that we're getting some cards that I was missing. Obviously, I mean, that would be ideal. All right. Let's see. How do I want to do this? Can you see if I put him down there? I'll leave him over here. Again, I can't just leave stuff alone. I always got to tinker with something. All right. Anyway, let's get back into it. All right. Sylveon, Umbreon, Glaceon, and... Ooh, nice. All right, so we have another V. Obviously, we know which one that is, right? There's only one red evolution, so... I really do hope they add more evolutions, though. Again, I know I just kind of ranted on that for a little bit, but now that's on my mind. Again, there's so many other types out there. It would be sick to see some new ones get into the fold, especially for, ooh, nice, 2 Flareons back to back, especially for a brand new gen. I'm also very interested to see all the other new Pokemon. Obviously, they only showed off the 3 new starters, which again, nothing really against the new starters. I think they're interesting, but I was telling someone the other day, this may be the first gen where I actually have to see the other forms of the evolution to decide. Ooh, nice. Got another V to decide like what starter I want. All right. Obviously it's green, so let's take a look and see which one it is. And oh, there we go. All right, nice. Good old Leafeon V. But yeah, I mean, I wasn't like completely sold on any of the starters. I mean, again, they all look interesting. But I need to see their other evolutions before I decide on where I want to start. And if it's set up like some of the previous games are, right? And what I've done in the past, I did it in Sword and Shield. I did it in Scarlet Violet. I pick a starter, and then once you get to the point where you can start doing wonder trades, I'll literally just wonder trade. Ooh, nice. Double rare. I'll just wonder trade until I get all 3 starters, and then I'll actually start playing the game. So I know it seems kind of insane, but there are people that get starters and trade them around. So I'll probably end up doing the same thing whenever, was it Wind and Waves? I think that's Gen 10. Yeah, whenever that comes out, I'll probably end up doing the same thing there. Ooh! Ooh, okay. All right, so triple rare. This one, I don't know what this is, so I would leave it up to you guys, and like we've done in the past, we still have a few more packs to go through, right? So we can set this off to the side, we can open up the rest of the pack and then see what this is at the end, or I can reveal it right here, right now. You guys let me know. I'm just going to set it right here for right now, so there's no trickery, no camera magic, if you will. But yeah, I don't know what that is. It's a triple rare, potentially an alt art. I don't know, so let me know. Yeah, I don't want to reveal what it is. I don't want to spoil it. All right. Anybody? Any suggestions? Potential alt art? I'm going to leave it off to the side. I'll make a call. It's all right, guys. I got you. All right. Let's keep rolling. me fix my chair real quick. There we go. Oh, the other good thing about getting rid of 16,000 cards worth of bulk is those 2 giant boxes I had them in were underneath my desk, so now I have more leg room. It's kind of crazy to think that I had that much bulk, and that was at least what I had prepped and organized. I probably have at least another 5,000 just scattered between like all the ETBs on the wall here, some of the other boxes under my desk. So at some point I will do another, ooh, nice, another Leafeon V. I'll do another bulk prep. Just go through and sort everything, do it all by the different rarities. And then I'll probably reach back out to my guy over at SRQ Cards, see if he still wants to work a similar deal for that bulk. Especially with something that he wants. Maybe with how much I gave him, he probably has more than enough now. But you never know. But again, it's cool that, ooh, nice Master Ball. I've been sitting on bulk for so long because I used to send it into a company and either get, you know, money from or money through PayPal, or I would get store credit through them. Similar process. But you know, when the Pokemon boom happened, everyone and their mother had bulk, so a lot of those companies kind of disappeared, if you will, or they're only taking it locally. And I think they were up in Ohio, and they just stopped, you know, receiving any of that stuff. So yeah, I've been sitting on bulk for a long time. Anyway, let's see what we got here. Ooh, nice double rare. Nice, 3 Vaporeons back to back, and we get the stamped one at the end. All right, last pack for Gem Pack Volume 2. But again, don't worry, we still have whatever the alt art or potential alt art is in this right here. All right, so we have Leafeon in the Pokeball, Vaporeon in the Water Energy. We have Eevee in the Swirl. Ooh, nice. Very nice to see another double rare. Ooh, and it's a different one. Very nice. Got the Quick Ball. Glad to see that. And again, there's 2 different versions of the items, right? There's the stamped and non-stamped. So getting the stamped is definitely a little more rare. All right. So now back to this here. Let's take a look and see what alt art this is. I'm assuming that's what it is, right? Because again, if you look at the artwork from the little bit we can see here. Okay, cool. I love how I charge these. I need new batteries, guys. I charged these. They were full. They used to last probably 5-6 hours, and now I can barely get an hour out of them. So I'm just gonna all right, gonna cliffhang this one more time. Swap these batteries out. I definitely need to order new ones. I wish I could just directly plug these in. I just don't have an outlet in the space near this. Hold on one second. All right, but yeah, these lights have the direct AC plug-in, but again, I don't have an outlet nearby where I could plug these in, so I have to keep using these batteries. But it seems like these batteries have definitely run their course, so I'll have to order more. And I don't even have them on full blast. I have the batteries at 50%, so I intentionally turned them down a long time ago because I started noticing the batteries deteriorating. Anyway, I digress. For the 2 or 3 of you that are still here, let's take a look and see what we have behind this. Absolutely beautiful Espeon here. All right, 3, 2, 1. Oh, nice. Let's go. That is sick. Very, very nice. So this is, what was her name? Cassiopeia. Yeah, that's absolutely sick. It's got the Umbreon in there as well. I don't think I have this one, so definitely a huge hit right there, especially probably the big hit from all those boxes. But very, very nice. Went double sleeve real quick. I actually need to order more sleeves, by the way. Tell you what, that's one of those things where, you know, I always got to order more perfect fits. I'm always running out of Dragon Shields, but I'm glad I have them. But very, very nice. So not bad. Again, I got to break out the XL binder after the stream. And take a look. Hopefully I can fill some of the gaps that I had, but very, very nice. I am going to kind of clean this up because we're going to get into Gem Pack Excuse me, yeah, Gem Pack Volume 4. Completely different set. As much as I like all these evolutions, we're moving on to something different. But very, very nice. Definitely glad to see that. So that's good because I think I only had one other alt art. So at least I have 2 now. Got to get, there's 3 more. So hopefully I can narrow those down and get those knocked out. But very, very good start there. Now, the big hit for this one, surprisingly, and I mean, I guess it kind of makes sense, so it shouldn't be too big of a surprise. There is a, yeah, I know, right, the XL binder. It's absolutely insane. And it's one of those things where it's filling up, surprisingly, especially with all these simplified Chinese sets. Yeah, the big chase card from this set, there's a Chinese exclusive, right? And you can't get this card anywhere else. The artwork's not anywhere else. It's of Ponyta, which is actually really cool. It's an art rare, but yeah, simplified Chinese exclusive. That's the other reason why I like opening up these simplified Chinese packs, because they have a lot of exclusive artwork that you can't find anywhere else. Plus, these are way more affordable compared to Japanese, and don't even get me started on English booster boxes. But yeah, and again, I like all the different reverse holo patterns. This set kind of, made it even more unique compared to the other gem pack sets. So this one, and I looked at the set list the other day, there is a art rare for every single Pokemon in this set. Year of the Horse, yes, absolutely, so it makes perfect sense. But yeah, this set did a little bit different to where there is an art rare for every single Pokemon in this set, which is kind of neat. So before, like if you look at Gem Pack Volume 1, that's where they had the starters and a trainer, and then you had Captain Pikachu. Gem Pack Volume 2 had a couple of the evolutions. Gem Pack 3 introduced more art rares and exclusive art rares. Again, that's another one that I'm going to keep getting and put off to the side. But yeah, it's insane. That's why I like opening these, right? And again, they're way more affordable, so if you just enjoy the artwork and you don't care what language it's in, definitely check out the simplified Chinese Pokemon sets and even the traditional Chinese Pokemon sets. The traditional Chinese sets follow more of the current run of the sets. Simplified Chinese has kind of their own agenda, if you will, and kind of their own releases and exclusivities. So, but yeah, really like opening these. And it's been very fun. So I'm just going to put this here. And we're going to start. Hopefully we can get that Ponyta. I think that'd be really, really nice to get the big chase out of the way. But, so rarities with this one. And I'll show this off here. A little bit less rare. Or, I'm sorry, a little rarer. To get triple rares in this one, there are more. But it's only a 1.81% chance. So hopefully we'll see a bunch. It did seem like we were getting a lot more art rares when we opened this previously. So hopefully we can see more today. Starting off with the Relicanth double rare stamp there. Again, similar to what I just did. And I should probably move these. Similar to what I just did with Volume 2. I'm just going to sort these by Pokemon because it's easier for me to go through later. All right, so that's still on the screen. We're looking good there. Someone chime in chat, let me know. All right, but yeah, definitely a lot more different Pokemon in this set, which was neat. But again, there's not as many variants of each Pokemon, which makes the distinction there. All right, and all right. Very similar, right? So you have your Pokeball, you have Energy, and then you can get Master Ball, Stamp, Star, or Master Ball, Stamp, Star, or Geometric, I think. Yeah, well, we'll go through. Obviously, we're going to start seeing a bunch of the different variants. So you have Pokeball, you have Energy, you have, yeah, so Swirl, or the Geometric Shape, and then, yeah, so you can get Stamped in there as well. So very nice. Hopefully we can get a couple art rares. I think we did really well in the last stream. Oh, that's why I remember this now. last time I opened this, the stream had a random catastrophic issue. Remember the stream crashed? Hopefully we don't see that again today. But yeah, I forgot about that. Like right in the end of the last booster box we're opening up, the stream just gave up. Couldn't recover. Internet was fine, so that wasn't an issue. Ooh, all right. Triple rare, so we have art rare already. Let's take a look and see which one we got. In 3, 2, 1. Nice, okay. Very, very nice. That's a good one to get. Probably one of the better art rares. Good old Eevees. Someone did a mock-up of this where they took this artwork and they had all the different evolutions, which was kind of sick. But yeah, very, very nice. Definitely off to a strong start there. I don't really have a spot for this. Let's see. Because I know there's going to be more Pokemon that are going to fill this spot. This is going to get disorganized really quick. But it's all right. We'll just keep going. Yeah, very, very nice. Awesome art rare to get. That's definitely one of the top ones to get, right? If you're not pulling the Ponyta, that's definitely one you want to see. The other one I want to see is the Pinsir. I think that one would be sick. But yeah, so obviously we want to see Ponyta, Pinsir, but glad to get the Eevee. I really need to rethink this strategy here. So let's try this. You guys already know what packs these are. You don't really need these on screen. Just move them over just a little bit. Because again, I'm going to need the room to fill in more of these. So there we go. Okay. And we continue. All right, Drillbur. Yeah, see again, another new one. Oh yeah, for sure. And I think there's 27 or 20. It's either 26 or 27 different Pokemon. Obviously, I'm not gonna be able to fit them all here, but we're gonna cross that bridge when we get to it, which we're gonna get to it very quick. All right. Ooh, nice. Back to back. Got the stamp there. Good old Charge Bug. I like how it looks like a little toaster. All right. We have Grottle. We have Enamorus. We have Chatot, which is not on the table yet. And, all right, Charge Bug. See how quick this fills up? So if you look over here, will I have space to put stuff over here? Maybe? Let me see. Let the stream catch up a little bit. Probably not. Move these over as much further as I can. Sorry for the rampant adjustments, but I want to fit as much as we can on screen. Which I already know is, for some of you, this is already overwhelming as is. And I apologize, but it's the crazy thing about this set and how like drastically different it is compared to the previous. Oh, for sure. What's going on, New Kid? How we doing, man? Hopefully all is well. Just pulled the Eevee art rare from this set. Absolutely beautiful. Good. Glad to hear you're doing well. All right. We'll move this off to the side once. Let me see. Can you guys see that if I put it over here? Not really. It's all right. Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's good to see you. I'm going to move these off to the side for right now because if I put it with the Eevees, it's just going to get lost. I just want to leave this spot open and potentially spots over here, but you guys know I have this. We'll put it off to the side for right now. But yeah, just open up some simplified Chinese. Now, after this pack, I'll get back into the proposition. I left stream earlier and didn't really have anyone chime in. We have Meltan, sorry. All right, so real quick, especially with New Kid being here, some other people popping in and out. So I do have a bunch of English Pokemon, right? So we have some Destined Rivals sleeve blisters. And then we also have 2 of the booster bundles, right? I got these from my buddy SRQ Cards. I got all this for store credit. I didn't have to spend a dime. But the proposition was, do you guys want to see me open these today? Or we can wait till next Sunday. I'll make an equivalent amount of packs for the Japanese set, right? So the Glory to Team Rocket set. And then we'll do an English versus Japanese stream if you guys would want to see that. But let me know. If not, again, I don't mind opening up today, but I think it'd be kind of neat to do it that way. All right, so there's another new card. I know you're not going to be able to see it, but I'll put it on screen. There we go. You can kind of see it. Yeah, this is going to get messy real quick. All right, Probo Pass, another new one. Love it. All right. You want me to bank them? All right. Okay, you can see it? All right, cool, cool, cool. And again, maybe it's just like my own perception because I'm trying to look, like obviously I have my overhead for this camera here. I have a cell phone over on this side here. And then I have my desktop screen over here. So I've got screens everywhere and I still can't ever get the angle right. But yeah, and again, I don't mind saving them, right? I think it'd be kind of cool. Plus, I can go back up to his shop throughout the week because I work in Sarasota and pick up a couple more packs. He had a whole bunch there. So, Deerling, that's another new one. Okay. So let's do a quick count, right? So 3 rows, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So it's 21 cards, right? Rough math, 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21. Yeah. So not all of them are going to fit on screen, but we're pretty much maxed out. So bear with me. If we pull another Pokemon that just doesn't fit on the screen, just know that. And right on cue, we pull another Pokemon that's not going to fit on the screen. It's all right. They're going to be off to the side, but just going to move it over here. I know you can't see it, but trust me, it's over in that corner. All right. All right, let's see what we got. It's always funny how that works, right? I'll be talking about something and then it randomly pops up right in the middle of a sentence. But I'm glad to have this because, you know, I opened up, what, 3 or 4 boxes last time. So now I have a good amount of this set. Definitely have to break out the jumbo binder, or the XL binder rather, at some point today. Add all these in and see where we're at. I think that's another one we didn't have, so... and there we go. There's 2 other ones we didn't have, so... Yeah, absolutely insane. Such a huge set. And again, it's very different compared to the previous gem packs. All right, let's see what we got here. We have Infernape. We have Wooper. We have Grotle. And Relicanth. Now it's just like a matching game trying to like look at where I have everything set up. Hey, but you know what? You gotta give me credit. At least I'm organized, right? You check out some people's streams. There's trash and stuff everywhere. It's just absolute mess trying to like keep eyes on where they have stuff. Very, very nice. So there's another new one. So we have the Ponyta. Maybe this is a sign. We're looking for the art rare for this Ponyta. That is the chase card for this entire set. If we can pull it, that would be awesome. But yeah, that's the absolute chase for this set. And again, every single one of these Pokemon has an art rare assigned to it. So I'm doing the binder configuration a little bit differently. But again, now that I have a lot of this set and Gem Pack Volume 2, the only one I haven't opened up a lot is Volume 3. But I am working on that, so keep an eye out for that. But yeah, you'll see the layout to all of these once I get that a little more situated. Only one art rare so far. And again, it was a great one. I'm not going to complain about it, but hoping to see more, especially because there's so many art rares in this set. All right, so we have Meltan, Enamorus. We have... All right, so I always mix these up. No, not really. It's pretty organized. I do my best here. So I always mix this one up. This is either Mincino or Cincino. One is the... Ooh! All right, triple rare. Here we go. I always mix them up, but anyway. We'll save that for later. Unless someone wants to figure out which is which, it'd be appreciated. But we do have another art rare, so let's take a look and see which one it is. I also did research. There are no energy cards in this set, and there's no item cards in this set, so it's just pure Pokemon, and then all the high-end cards are all art rares. All right, let's take a look and see what we got in 3, 2, 1. Ooh, nice. Litleo. Very, very cool art rare. I like this one especially because there is a shiny version of one right there on a book cover. Liked how they did that. But there we go. 2 art rares so far. Not too bad. All right, we'll sleeve that up. We'll double sleeve it, because why not? Absolutely, I agree. Hopefully we can see a couple more. Oh, got to start the playlist over. Ooh, slide over a little bit. All right, so we have Chatot. We have Cutie Fly, Enamorous, and... Oh, okay, so another one that we didn't have on the table. Was that Mudsdale? I think that's its name. I'm going to move these up and over here. I know you're not going to be able to see them, but there we go. Absolutely insane. Obviously, a lot of horse Pokemon in this one. Or like deers, horse, that kind of thing. All right, there's another Ponyta. Maybe it's a good sign. Obviously, we want to see the art rare. I'm kind of willing it into existence, or at least trying to. Deer than a horse? Yeah. Right. They're all 4-legged creatures, right? So I'll take it. All right, so we have Meltan with the metal energy. I like that one. Eevee. All right, so another different Ponyta. Nice to see. This is the geometric shape. Ooh, nice. And we get a stamp. Haven't seen too many of those, so always nice to see the stamps. Those are double rares. All right, good old Pinsir. Again, I'd like to see the Pinsir art rare as well. That one would be nice. Cramorant, that's another different one there. I'm pretty sure we've pulled all of them now. Ooh, here we go. Another triple rare. All right, another art rare. Please let it be something I haven't pulled yet. Obviously, I'll take whatever I can get. But here we go. 3, 2, 1. Ooh, okay, nice. I don't think I've seen this one. I mean, I've seen the artwork before, but I don't think we've pulled it in this set. So, yeah, I know, right? That's what I want to see. Definitely got to get that Ponyta, but it's all good. I'll take it. So there's 3 art rares so far. Not bad. Hopefully we get a couple more. I don't know I mean, obviously we know the rate, right? Because there's 28... Excuse me, there's 28 art rares with that 1.81% chance. But it also doesn't say, and again, from my own research, it doesn't say that there's any, like, guaranteed. Yeah, I agree. Definitely a beautiful card. So there's definitely potential for you to get multiple art rares in one booster box. All right. Another Enamorous. All right, here comes a shameless plug while I'm thinking about it. Hopefully you guys are enjoying this kind of content. If you are, make sure you hit that like button and consider subscribing if you haven't already. We've picked up a couple subscribers throughout the week, which is greatly appreciated as we get closer and closer to that 900 subscriber milestone. If you are subscribed, if you're one of the regulars here, thanks for coming by again. I truly appreciate you, whether you're here for 5 minutes or the entire stream. But yeah, check us out on Instagram. Got stuff going on all the time there. Usually do like the stream recaps or any of the submission recaps over there. Check us out on Discord. Got that set up, a bunch of different channels for everyone to chat and hang out there. So one thing I'll ask for the Discord, right? Especially if you have your own, YouTube or any Instagram or any other social media. I'm fine with people posting in there, right? I would just ask that you guys ask me first, just so I can kind of moderate a little bit. I don't have mods for Discord. But I'm just trying to avoid people posting anything random or anything inappropriate. Not saying that it's happened already, but again, at least just, give me that courtesy to ask before you just start dropping random stuff in the channel. But yeah, definitely check it out. There's a lot of people in there already, and I appreciate that. All right, last stack. looks like from your guys' feedback, we're going to save the Destined Rivals to next week, which is awesome. So we'll at least have some stuff for Final Fantasy Friday and for next Sunday to go through. I'll have to pop back up to my buddy's shop in Sarasota, try and pick up some more Destined Rivals packs to kind of bolster that opening. But I think it'll be fun. Again, especially comparing the Japanese set to the English set. For the Japanese set for Glory to Team Rocket, I'm only missing... am I missing two? Yeah, I'm only missing 2 cards. Obviously, I haven't opened up any of the English set. Ooh! Another Ponyta. Maybe it's a sign. But, yeah. I think it'd be fun, especially comparing the pulls from the 2 sets. I was looking at, like, price comparison. Like, I did a split screen on my desktop earlier. Same exact cards in English compared to Japanese. So, for instance, the Team Rocket's Mewtwo. The Team Rocket's Mewtwo in English is like anywhere between like $460 to $500. The Japanese version is like $230, $240, if that. The crazy thing is, you could just outright buy. Ooh, nice, another stamp. You could outright buy the Japanese Team Rocket's Mewtwo, the SAR, get it graded, or just pay for the graded version in either a 10 or a pristine 10, and it would be roughly the same value as the raw English version, which is absolutely insane to me. I don't know why people sleep on Japanese Pokemon cards. They're way better quality. I think their value goes up a lot more over time. Another stamp. But that's just me. I like collecting the Japanese side of the house. I collect, anything I can, right? English, Japanese, Chinese. But it's just crazy to look at like the price differences just because, and I'll put it as bluntly as I can, more people can read English, so it's more appealing for some reason. But card quality, I mean, even the simplified Chinese cards, and yes, they do use the English backs, especially for what I do for work, I would say we see a lot more, no, I'm going to be very careful how I say this. I would say the card quality is much better for simplified Chinese and Japanese compared to English. I'll just put it that way. I don't want to say anything out of line or, have someone, be upset by what I'm going to say. But, yeah, I'll just put it that way. So if you have simplified Chinese or Japanese you're sitting on and you're interested in getting graded, that would be a good place to start. Yes, I mean, there are English cards that obviously are worth more, but their card quality and quality control hasn't been as great. It is getting better. But in comparison to the other two, I think if you're going to grade any cards, definitely do Japanese and Chinese. All right, just a few more packs to go through. Hopefully we can get another art rare or two. All right. Good old Litleo. We have Meltan, Wooper, and double rare. Okay, nice. Got Torkoal stamped. Very, very nice. All right. 3 more packs to go. Would really like to see that Ponyta. I mean, we've seen a couple other versions, just not the one I'm looking for. All right, Torkoal. Mudsdale. Nose Pass. It's funny, I showed my nephew this Pokemon, and he just started laughing because obviously it's a giant nose with a mustache under it. It's hilarious. Ooh, and oh, I thought we got it back to back. We got a stamped Relicanth. But yeah, whoever designed that was probably looking at, especially for those of us that are a little bit older, remember those like fake glasses that had the mustache and the big nose attached to it? That's what that reminds me of, right? Someone just made it into a Pokemon. All right, here we go. 1 more pack to go after this. Then I'm going to eat lunch, and then I'm going to break out the XL binder. And, ooh, okay. Maybe it's a sign. Another Ponyta. Oof. Not in this pack, but it's all right. Cutie Fly ended off that one. So let's look at how many different Ponytas we got. So we got the All right, so we got energy. We got Pokeball, another energy. Then we got shapes, and then we got star. So almost all the different variants you can get, or still needing the one big one. So here we go. Maybe some last pack magic. Put some good luck in chat. Let's try our luck here. If not, I'm definitely going to get more of this. Again, it's very affordable compared to some of the other sets that are out currently. But here we go. So we have is that Frostlass, Litleo, Deerling, and last but not least, oh, no art rare, but it's all right. Let's take a look and see what we're going to end off with in 3, 2, 1. All right, Master Ball for, oh my, what was that, Melfine or Melfine? I always mess up the name of those ones. All right, not too bad. So 3 booster boxes. Hey, we did get 3 art rares, so I mean, that's not bad. Again, I don't think it's guaranteed, because I've opened up some other sets prior where we didn't get any at all. Some we got doubles. But again, not bad. I'm just interested to see which ones I had already. But yeah, pretty good overall. And again, thank you for everyone that came by and checked out the stream today. Thank you. Shout out to all the people I got mail from, right? So we got stuff from SRQ cards. Go check them out on Instagram and go check out the shop. Mewtwo Dude, another solid guy with Pokemon and Final Fantasy and Gundam stuff. Just absolutely insane collection. Super awesome guy. Check out Only Sin. She's absolutely amazing. Great stuff from her as well. Go check out the Instagram. And again, so it looks like we're going to save the Destin Rival stuff for next week. I'm going to try and get some more of these packs, see if I can get another one of the booster bundles or not. But that is going to do it for today's stream. Quick shout out to everyone in chat. Nugget, thank you for coming by. New Kid, good to see you. Hopefully all is well. The boys from /frag, we had Legend AF and Ice T-Mix come through. Appreciate you. Squirtle Gang, thanks for coming by. We had Trainer Glenn, and last but definitely not least, we had Young Brain come through. So pretty awesome stream, pretty active. But again, I'm going to take a little bit of a break. I'm going to eat some lunch, and then I'm going to go through and sort all these cards. So it's going to eat up a good part of the day, but it's always fun, and that's why I enjoy doing this. But that's going to do it for me, guys. I'm WakoBako. Take it easy. CSI.